All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel again. Thank y'all so much for coming over now. Back in the news again. Kanye West cries after Northwest photos leak. Kim Kardashian trying to leak her tape. That's what the title here says. Now look, I will say this. These two, they got their issues. Everybody know how mainly Kim got famous. Everybody know how Kanye West is, how he has his girl out in the public eye, what she's wearing and all that stuff. But I always said when it comes to the kids, you got to take a step back and observe and really think. I said these kids were probably going to be doomed from the jump. Whenever there's drama with the parents, it's going to be tough for the kids to excel in life without any problems. We ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
Look at my daughter full makeup singing She's in Love with an Emo Girl on TikTok, and I didn't have no say nor approval. Hey, what do you think? Do you think this would be cool or not? You know what I mean? And I'm the one that made them cool.
She's 12 years old. She's 12. Walking around with a corset, the shortest mini skirt that you could have, and bright blue hair.
Okay, y'all. Kanye and Kim K are at it again, beefing over.
I'm just stopping it just to because I forgot to add this at the intro. Who didn't see this coming? That's the question. Who didn't see this coming?
Their parenting styles. And this time, Kanye is actually threatening to take legal action against Kim. So here's what's going on. Some photos of Northwest recently went viral, showing her dressed completely inappropriately for her age. And let's just say people are losing it online. Fans are dragging Kim left and right, and Kanye is saying Kim needs to stop this or he'll send his lawyers after her. But it's not just about some outfit. There's way more drama behind the scenes. Kanye is now also coming for Kris Jenner, and he claims Kim and Kris have a sinister plan for North. And according to him, the reason they're letting her dress like this is because they're literally advertising her as a product. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack here, so let's just jump right into it. So Kim Kardashian is catching absolute hell online after people saw what she let 12-year-old North wear in Rome. North popped out with long blue hair, a full face of makeup like she was headed to a club, a tiny mini skirt, a corset top, and some big clunky black boots. And fans did not hold back. They're dragging Kim left and right, calling her disturbing, gross, and accusing her of treating her daughter like an accessory. A bunch of people are saying she's so desperate to be the cool mom that she's forgetting the whole parenting part. And others are even bringing up that whole Balenciaga scandal and accusing Kim of basically selling North. And then you also have a lot of...
And again, when that Balenciaga stuff came out, I mean, people still rocking it proudly. People really don't care, man. At the end of the day, people really don't care. You know? Again, it's like to me, I'm looking at it like, yeah, they're rich, the family and all that. But now it's like, you're stirring the pot, and there's letting her go out like that is going to cause drama. But at the end of the day for them, I always talked about whatever type of publicity it is, it don't matter, good or bad, it's going to keep them relevant. You know what I mean? Their name is always going to be brought up. And at the child's detriment. Am I saying that right?
People saying that Kanye was right. Someone commented, she took her Balenciaga collab seriously, and she wonders why Kanye kicked off about North's exposure to stuff online. He was right, even if he did it the wrong way. On the flip side, some fans are saying Kanye may be right about this, but he's definitely the wrong messenger, considering how he objectifies women all the time, including his wife Bianca. And let's not forget this absolute circus. Kanye thought it was a great idea for North to collab with none other than Diddy, the man who was literally caught on camera putting his hands on a woman. Back in March, Kanye shared a new song called Lonely Roads Still Go to Sunshine, and he wrote in the caption, new song by Puff Daddy featuring his son King Combs, my daughter Northwest, and new Yeezy artist from Chicago, Jasmine Williams. The song starts with a phone call between Kanye and Diddy, where Diddy is out here thanking Kanye for taking care of his kids while he's locked up. The whole thing already feels messy and exploitative, but throwing North in the middle of that is sickening. Fans were side-eyeing the hell out of his song and questioning why a child is being positioned next to a man with a...
It's almost like they're trying to one-up each other with the craziness. You know? That's what it seems like. And that's why a lot of times when these kids grow up, they be so messed up in the head because they're trying to really find like their identity, like who am I? What am I? Like, you know, because they always say it starts at home. But yeah.
Long record of disturbing behavior towards women. Now, as for Kim, she actually tried to shut the whole thing down, and she texted Kanye telling him he couldn't just throw North on a track with Diddy without her sign-off because Kim legally owns the trademark for Northwest, meaning technically Kanye can't use their daughter's name, image, or vocals in a commercial project with
the trademark. Hey, at the end of the day, to them, it's a business. And this is what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness. Just to hear that. The trademark. Oh.
Out Kim's approval. Kim wrote, I asked you at the time if I can trademark her name. You said yes. When she's 18, it goes to her. So stop. I sent paperwork over so she wouldn't be in the Diddy song. To protect her, one person has to trademark. But Kanye clapped back saying, amend it or I'm going to war. And neither of us will recover from the public fallout. You're going to have to kill me. And that's the thing. It seems North has two parents who are so self-obsessed that they can't put North's well-being first. Right. Kim wasn't mad about that song because Diddy was on it. I mean, the Kardashians were regular guests at Diddy's parties. She's mad because she wants to be the only one making money off of North's name. Meanwhile, Kanye claims he wants to protect his daughter's innocence, but he constantly degrades women and publicly defends her. So yeah, with these two parents, poor North never really stood a chance at anything close to a normal childhood. But here's where it gets even messier. So you already know Kanye was not gonna stay silent on these new photos of North in a corset and a miniskirt. But this time, he's not just ranting online, he's threatening to take legal action against Kim. A source told Globe magazine that Kanye thinks his 12-year-old daughter is way too young to be parading around like this, and he warned Kim that this needs to stop or he'll raise hell with the lawyers. The insider said he hates being out of control and unable to exert his influence. He's ranting and raving about this, saying Kim's crossed the line and he's not going to stand for it. But here's the thing, Kanye is now saying that it's not just Kim who's pushing North to dress like this, it's her momager, Kris Jenner. And according to Kanye, Kris has a sinister plan to turn North into another Kim, even if that means Playboy shoots and leaked tapes. Also, remember a few months back when Kanye disrespected Beyonce and Jay's twins, calling them all types of offensive names? Well, during that same rant, he directly accused the Kardashians of ex-trafficking. Kanye went off after seeing that North was featured on a song with English artist FKA Twigs, and he wrote, Kim Kardashian is an ex-trafficker. I don't like that Twigs has my daughter in her video dressing all grown. I would have expected more from Twigs. It's F all you ninjas. My soul is black. And watch y'all don't believe me and just say I'm crazy. And now Kanye is also going off on Kris Jenner and claiming that this is all part of her plan to sell North and Chicago to the industry. Now, say what you will about Kanye, but he's definitely got a point about Kris. I mean, this is a woman who literally watched her own daughter's private tapes so she could pick the one that would sell for the most money. And according to Ray J, it was Kris's idea to make a third tape.
Got her handwriting and her fingerprints all over my contract. When you look at the two When you look at my signature and you look at her signature on my deliverables, that say her mama made us go shoot it for safety. She watched the mother and said, hey, we're going to go with the first one because the first one is better. It gives my daughter a better look than the second one that I made y'all go do. But you watched it and made a decision. And then you get on whatever show you was on and take a lie detector test with a fraud.
Now let that sink in. A mother literally telling her daughter to go make another private tape, then sitting down to watch it like she's the corn producer. Also, she could flip it into a profit machine. That's not parenting. That's another word that starts with P. So is it really shocking that Kim is already laying the same blueprint with her own daughters and turning them into extensions of the Kardashian brand before they even get a chance to be kids? Oh, let's not forget how Kris also pushed both Kim and Kylie to pose for Playboy. And get this, even after Kim said she was uncomfortable with showing too much skin, Kris convinced her to do a second shoot and show even more. And this is exactly why Kanye said he's worried about his daughters spending too much time around Kris. Sources close to Kanye are now saying that he's convinced Kris is preparing to run the same playbook on North and Chicago, and her plan is to turn them into the next Kim and Kylie. Remember, Kanye already tried to put his foot down when Kim let North use TikTok. He went on rants saying he didn't want his daughter dancing around on the internet for millions of strangers, but Kim brushed him off like he was just being controlling. But if Kanye is right, this isn't just about TikTok videos. This is about Kris slowly pulling North and Chicago into the Kardashian-Jenner money machine, setting them up as the next generation of family cash cows. And the receipts are starting to pile up. Remember, back in June 2020, right before Kim filed for divorce, Kanye called out Kris over Kim's Playboy shoot and wrote, "I put my life on the line for my children, that North's mother would never sell her ex tape." And then in another post, Kanye wrote, "I put my life on my God, that North's mom would never photograph her doing Playboy, and that's on God. I'm at the ranch. Come and get me." So yeah, at the end of the day, you can't help but feel sorry for North. Kim is parading her around dressed like a grown woman, while Kanye is screaming about protecting her innocence, but also putting her on songs with Diddy. And then you have Grandma Kris, who was the mastermind of turning her own children into brands. Meanwhile, North is still just a kid, and you have people online commenting on her physical appearance and scrutinizing her every move. At this point, you just have to watch and see how it unfolds. But let me know your thoughts on this. Is Kanye right about Kim being a reckless parent?
You know, on the outside looking in, like you always want to say like, you don't want to tell people how to raise their kids, right? But I think that goes for like normal parents, like your average, normal, everyday people. But like with celebrity kids, man, the thing is, like, people always say a lot of these kids grow up ungrateful because they're so wealthy. They're just like, having a childhood is very, very different from them, you know, because most kids grow up with some type of discipline as far as, you know, get good grades, you know, make sure you're doing this and doing that. If you want this, you better make sure, you know, you do your chores, all that type of stuff. When these kids grow up, when everything is, when I say everything, I mean everything is just handed to them, you know, their childhood is going to be extremely different. So they're already growing up kind of like, because like a lot of them grow up with other rich kids, you know? So it's kind of like this big bubble of kids that grow up, and you would hope that they would be making the right decision. But, you know, it's been proven, you know, like as they get older, you'll start to see them in the news. And then the first thing people going to do is they're going to look at who the parents are, look at how they were raised. You know, Kanye, as the father, I can understand how he feels about this, not wanting his daughter to go down the same path that his mama did. But it's like right message, wrong messenger. Even though he's the father, it's just he hasn't really set in a good example, you know, because of how his girl is out in the public eye and stuff. Like, I get it, she's a grown woman, but at the same time, it's like, this is crazy, man. This is crazy, but can't lie. Can't lie. I did see this coming. I did. It's only a matter of time. Like, share, comment below, man. Peace out.